cry. What was I thinking? 'Cause all we did was fight. Don't you ever dare to wear my Johnny Cash t-shirt. They're not in the wrong place. They're not in the wrong place. They're not in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. Okay, y'all. We're going to break down the staging, and then I'm going to gloat a little bit. First of all, you know, it's like from the minute that we see Alex's fingers hit the keys at the beginning moment of the song to the way that the camera circles them, it is like the adults have arrived. And I've been saying that even just sonically from the song. I've been saying it sonically from the song, that it just gives off this vibe of like, and now the adults have come in here. Let me just start off with the styling. Geike looks great. She's got a black mini glittery dress, turtleneck, long sleeves, backless with boots. She looks amazing. The styling is perfect. The styling is perfect. Everybody looks good. Everybody looks good on stage. The LED, right when kind of the chorus hits, we see Geike's like eyes and sort of face. It's very moody. It's very haunting. We are telling the story of the song without acting it out on stage, just by mood, vibe, and feel. I love the way that the camera is sort of circling them. They're sort of like in a circle on stage. It feels like we're in a live performance, kind of like a roundhouse style performance. The way that they are highlighting the backing vocalist on stage is amazing. You sort of see Geike singing, and then the backing vocalist is behind, not in the darkness, but behind, sort of as this haunting voice, supporting and bringing out. I think having the pairing of the live vocals paired with the studio mixed in vocals and Geike, it just feels very full. The vocals were amazing. The vocals were flawless. It was great. And also you have to remember that this is a song where you kind of want to emote. You want a little bit of rasp to it to kind of tell this story. The vocal was great. It was competent. Long story short, this is going to stand out on the stage. This is not going to become forgettable. Being sandwiched, I think, between Croatia and Israel is going to be good for both, like for all folks around it. This is going to qualify. Not only is it going to qualify, this low-key has to qualify. And if a jury of media professionals can't do their job, and I'm saying media professionals because these aren't music juries. We've got journalists, we've got television producers on there. I think the slickness of the stage show feels rich. It feels elevated. This is really good. This is really good. I think that it's very clean staging. A lot of people, you know, we've been worried about Belgium before in the past, but this is absolutely right. This staging is just right. Okay, I'm going to hop into Ahmed says, and the tele won't be good enough. I think you're discounting the fact that a lot of people actually know who Hooverphonic is. I think you're also discounting the fact that the voting population of Eurovision isn't just young folks. It's folks who are a little bit older who know who Hooverphonic is, who have probably heard the hits, and the fact that we have the pairing of the group and this lineup of Hooverphonic, I think will only help it, because it is the Hooverphonic that many folks are probably most familiar with. ESC Aussie says, it seems the staging was simple but appealing. Look, they had to keep this straightforward. Belgium in the past has messed things up because they've had, honestly, all the past songs they've had in the past 5-6 years have been good quality songs. The songs haven't been the issue. It's been the staging that's been like distracting. And Loic was great staging. Even Laura Tesoro, the staging worked. And then we just turned a corner and it got like, what are we doing? We don't have to worry about that now. This staging is very clean. It's very adult. It's just very classic. This is going to qualify. This is going to qualify. Flo C, could Belgium win the jury vote? I think Malta could still win the jury vote. And here's the thing, because the juries, they're looking at both, yes, the song composition and the vocal performance, but they do also look at the staging. And with as ambitious as Ireland is with the staging, I imagine Malta is going to do some stuff on the stage. It could go either way. Yeah, again, I just to reiterate for those who just joined, the styling. Everyone looks good. Everyone looks very clean, very classic. It's something about it that just feels elevated. Geike again looks amazing. I love her hair. I loved even the makeup she had. I don't even know if that's the makeup she plans on having, you know, on the night, but she looked good. I love the fact that the dress was this, yeah, high neck, glitter, well, black with some sheen with glitter to it, mini skirt with thigh high boots, and it was backless. I mean, just looked so good. So good. I love what the backing vocalist was wearing. The backing vocalist had an amazing outfit as well, and her hair looked good. Everyone just looked like themselves. Jersey Kai says, Alesia Michelle, is Geike the best female vocalist this year? No, but I mean, that's not really saying anything negative to her. It just is talking about the bar that has been set so high with the vocalists who truly are giving us, you know, the vocal gymnastics. But when I tell you about the maturity that Geike is bringing to the stage, the maturity that the whole band is bringing, this is a Eurovision performing act that really does kind of need to be in the final. I need this song in the final, even just for the genre diversity and just the moment that it will be on the stage. Yvonne says, do you think Belgium will cancel Croatia? No, they stand on two planes unto themselves. The only Nintendo, are you worried that this might get a Latvia 2019 treatment? No, because Latvia 2019, the song wasn't as immediate as The Wrong Place. Leon, we, the oldies, have begun fangirling for this. Can't wait to see this live. Yeah, perhaps. I mean, this is so good. I can't really say your name, commenter, but like the THILMPQ. I like the song. The lyrics are just very off-putting for me. It's a mood. It's a vibe. We're telling a story. If you know about Hooverphonic, because think about like a symphonic. Hooverphonic is a group that's very cinematic, very theatrical. It's almost like each song is kind of its own story, or maybe even a mini movie without being a movie, a mini soundtrack. So really they're telling us an interesting story, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a story that is, you know, skipping through the fields of cherries and picking flowers. You know, there are stories that can be a little bit dark, that can be moody. And again, I said this year with Eurovision, I think it's all about the songs that transport us. We've been stuck in the house for a very long time. And so it's about the songs that allow us a moment to escape. And whether that be escaping to the early aughts and the early 2000s in a club, whether that be going to, where else are we being transported? In semifinal one, I'm trying to think of who's already gone, or whether that be transported to Ireland in this little storybook that Leslie Roy is telling us, whether that be transported to the beach, dancing at a beach party, you know, to El Diablo. But sometimes you might want to be transported to some place that's a little bit dark, that's a little bit moody, that's a little bit scary. But I'm also a horror movie fan, so maybe that's just me. Emmanuel, people who are saying this won't get a televote, forget that people like different genres of music. There is 100% a place for this song that comes with both jury and televote support. I completely agree with that sentiment, Emmanuel. I think people think that televoters just vote for pop songs, I guess. This is not the Eurovision Pop Song Contest, but arguably there is something that is like kind of alterna pop about what Hooverphonic is serving this year. I'd also like to remind people of Anouk. Birds was one of my favorite songs going into Eurovision 2014. And Anouk did very well with both the jury and the televote. I think people forget that there is a place for songs like this in the song contest. We don't need banger after banger after banger. We do get some genre diversity and some variety, and I think that this is genre diversity. Personally, I don't think that this is genre diversity that will be that off-putting to people at home. I mean, and again, the way that they have done the staging, it's not boring. It's pop. And it does feel so elevated. It feels so professional. And yes, a lot of the performances in this semi feel elevated and feel professional, but there is that unspoken vibe of the fact that Hooverphonic are international pop stars. International fame. We forget that. And I think seeing them on the Eurovision stage is great. Someone said this is HLNDQ comments. If the UK could vote in the semi, I think we would give it some votes. It has a London grammar edge. Yes, I actually agree with that. But also the Netherlands is voting in this. Italy and Germany are voting in this semi. And I believe that all of those juries are going to have Hooverphonic in their top 10, if not their top 5. Philip says, how am I going to make my prediction for the semi if no one has bad staging and all? I mean, look, we knew that this was going to be the bloodbath semi. We knew it. We knew it was coming. I told y'all. But I also told y'all that I thought that Belgium was a lock. And based off of this, Belgium, I think, is remaining in lock-like position. Anna Onk says, I don't see this song qualifying, but I don't know them and might change my mind live. Anna, how old are you? I'm just wondering, how old are you? How old are you? I want to take a quick poll. TT says Tix and his story behind the song are amazing. Here's the thing. Are people at home going to know the story behind the song? Are they going to know? Are they going to know? Because this is the thing with Hooverphonic, because we're reacting to Belgium's rehearsal. The story is right there. We're getting the story. It's a one-night stand. It's dark. It's moody. We're adults. We make mistakes. But we can show up on the Eurovision stage singing good, looking good, and telling this story. Anna is 20. Well, there you go. Not everybody watching this is 20. There's going to be a whole populace of people watching this that are 35 plus who know exactly who Hooverphonic is and who they are, and particularly this lineup of the group. Matruza says, who do you think will be the surprise non-qualifier so far? I'm starting to think that Sweden is not as safe and it might flop because of the televote. Well, I don't think that Sweden has ever been that safe, I don't think that they've ever been that safe. I do think that there is something very catchy about Voices. The song isn't forgettable. And I think what they've done to the staging is actually really nice. The changes they've made from Melfest are really nice. So I don't know. To me, at this point, what the shock non-qualifier might be, because just based off today with Cyprus, Norway, and then Croatia, and then Belgium, Norway is actually feeling more forgettable to me. Yes, even though he has the wings and the kitsch of the stage show, sonically, if this is the first time that you're hearing these songs, is that going to stand out? Like, I think Belgium is very safe. It's going to stand. You're not sonically, you're not going to forget it. And then Croatia with the TikTok, I think it'll be memorable just with the TikTok kind of feel. And then what Albina is bringing to the stage. So I'm actually a little bit more worried about Norway. I was worried about Norway before, but then, when I did my predictions and how everything was shaking out, I'm like, well, no, this will pop. But now that we're getting everyone staging, I think it's looking a little bit shakier for them. And I definitely think things are looking shaky for Australia. But also I can say that because I haven't seen what Australia is serving. We don't know really what their staging is going to be. We don't know what the show is going to look like because all we have is the live on tape. And that's just not enough for me to even say anything. Phil MPQ says the only rehearsal heavily I'm checking for is Germany, because how will they stage that? I think easily. We actually saw they already leaked what sort of their staging is going to be. And it actually, of the pictures I saw, it looked a little bit like That's How You Write a Song kind of staging, except, you know, with a little bit more punch. ESC Aussie says, so did Rocco, and look where he ended up. Yes, with the wings. With the wings. Ooh. Well, Ahmed says Tix is definitely more televote friendly than Belgium. Yes, but is it jury proof in this semi? And honestly, even with the televote, again, you have to be memorable, and he has the wings. But like someone said, Rocco had the wings, and that didn't really help him. So I'm nervous, but that was my reaction to Belgium's first rehearsal. What do you think? Talk to me in the comments below. If you have any questions about this, say you're watching this back and you're not watching it live, drop them in the chat below, drop them in the comments below, because I will reply to those comments as we go throughout the day, because we do have a couple of breaks built in. But thank you so much for tuning into this. I will be back next up. I think we have a break right now, but next up we'll have Israel. We're going to have Romania, Azerbaijan, Ukraine, and then Malta. Today is the day of the heavy hitters. Today is the day of the heavy hitters. And I am so excited for it. So please be sure to like, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of this content. I've got so much content coming for you. You don't want to miss it. I am so excited for Eurovision 2021. Bye.